Welcome to Cooking with Maine. Today we're going to be making Philly cheesesteaks on French loaf bread. So we're going to make Philly cheesesteaks with a twist, just using different bread, which is the French loaf bread. The steak that she likes to use is the type that you would use in the fajita, and she just seasons with salt, pepper, and the sauce that nobody can pronounce. For veggies, you've got green peppers, white onions, mushrooms, and she seasons the veggies with salt, pepper, and her special Goya seasoning salt. She puts just a bit of oil in as she prepares to cook the meat. She stirs it up, and then she'll put the lid on when she's done. Once the lid is on, go ahead and lower the heat just a little bit, and occasionally lift the lid to stir it and mix it around. Once the meat has been cooked and removed, we'll use that same pan to be able to saute the veggies. Put about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of butter inside of the pan and then mix it around. Now we'll insert the veggies and we'll mix those around in the butter as well. Time to season the vegetables. We're going to use salt, pepper, mix it around, and then of course our special seasoning, the Goya seasoning salt. Now we'll cut the bread in half. The recipe asks for mayo, however we don't eat mayo, so instead Maine's going to use a garlic and herb butter from Kerrygold. Normally Maine would use 2 sticks, but since she only has 1, she's just going to add a couple tablespoons of butter in with it and mix it up. Put it inside the microwave for about 45 seconds so that it can melt. Once it's done, take it out and stir it up. You will need a brush or something to apply the butter to the bread for this next part. So if you have a brush, grab it and go ahead and coat both pieces of bread with the butter. Make sure that you apply it very generously so that it can soak in. Once it looks like this, it's time to go ahead and put it in the oven. And by the way, the oven should be preheated to 400 degrees. Before putting the meat in, Maine pours out just a bit of the juice that was created by the butter because it was just a little bit too much. She puts the meat in and stirs it around with the veggies and then puts the top on. The bread is now done, so she takes it out, puts cheese on top of it, we prefer provolone, and then she'll put it back in the oven for just a few seconds so that it can melt. She doesn't even close the oven door. She takes it back out. Now it's time to put the meat and the veggies on, and she evenly distributes it on both pieces of bread. Now she puts more provolone cheese on top of the meat and the veggies and puts it back in the oven for a few minutes, takes it out, and voila, dinner is served.